Welcome to the F1 Corner. This week in F1.
No Grand Prix until the end of May. Summer break is now. 2021 regulations postponed by a year. McLaren team member free of COVID symptoms, but more staff from the paddock falls ill. Pirelli to discard 1800 tires. What will they do with them? Following the cancellation of the Australian Grand Prix last week, the officials from Formula One and the FIA announced that all races until at least May would be cancelled, which means that we should not expect any races until at least the Netherlands. These measures have been taken in regards to the new coronavirus, whose is now a pandemic around the world, and the FIA and Formula One wants to be sure that all the teams, all the public, and all the staff members that are around the tracks stay safe. There are no telling if the first race will be in May, as it is now the plan, but the FIA and Formula One will sure do everything in their power to save the Formula One season. Regarding COVID-19, summer break, which usually takes place in August for the Formula One team, which is 2 to 3 weeks shutdown of the factories, have been moved to right now, March and April. This is due again to the coronavirus, and in a rare instance, all 10 Formula One teams agreed to move the summer break to now in order to thrive and put back as many races as possible in the calendar should the season finally start either in May or in June. Now the teams have until the end of April to shut their factories for 3 weeks, 3 straight weeks. They can do that anytime that they want, whether it starts today or next week, but they have to do it for 3 weeks. And this will also help protect people from COVID-19, obviously. Will the 2021 regulations be postponed by a year? Well, Mattia Binotto, in an interview, did hint in that direction. Considering everything that is going on this year with the coronavirus and the season being postponed and all the plans of everything being shambled now, there will be some discussions with the FIA, with Liberty Media, and with the other teams to potentially postpone the 2021 regulations to 2022 should it become too much of a burden for all the teams to manage everything with the virus crisis. This is a subject we will have to follow, as everyone is really expecting all the new regulations and the changes for the cars. But again, they have to think about what is good for the sport and not just fall into plain new regulations just for the fact that they said they would go forward with it. Again, Formula One is very complex, it costs money, but also they want to keep their fans, they want to increase their fan base, and more than anything else, they want the sport to stay healthy. Good news regarding COVID-19, the McLaren team member that fell ill at the beginning of the Australian Grand Prix weekend is finally free of symptoms, but that said, someone from the Pirelli staff did fall ill after that. As we speak, many team members from McLaren, Pirelli, and even other teams are currently quarantined in Australia, but this is only for their own good, and they don't have nothing to worry about. It's only a safety precaution. Will they be able to go back to England once their current quarantine is finished? We don't know because of all the airports and borders shutting down. But at least we can see that all the teams, all the staff, FIA, Formula One are taking the matter seriously and are not putting anyone's safety in jeopardy. Last news, what will Pirelli do with all the tires they had for the Australian Grand Prix weekend? We are talking about 1,800 tires that the team will have to discard. Pirelli will need to discard those tires. The reason being that they have been fitted already to the rims for the cars, and they cannot unfit them. This would put too much stress on the tire, and ultimately they could not be reused at a later race. And because Australia is quite far from Europe, these tires usually travel by plane. And when they travel by plane, they are dismounted. So what will Pirelli do? Well, these tires will be destroyed. But the good news is they won't just be thrown into garbage bins. They will be reused in cement factory. So at least they're not going to waste, and we are not damaging the environment too much with those tires. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe, like, leave a comment, and see you next time.